Hello all, welcome to Java Programming from Codebay. In this video, we'll be discussing about an IDE called IntelliJ, and we'll be looking into how to install IntelliJ and how to execute the programs using IntelliJ IDE. IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. In order to execute Java programs, we have different kinds of IDEs like Eclipse, NetBeans, IntelliJ, and many more. Out of all these IDEs, IntelliJ is one of the IDE which is commonly used across the industries. That is the reason we'll look into how to download IntelliJ and how to set the path. Before installing IntelliJ software, please make sure Java is installed on your machine. If you're not installed Java on your machine, please refer to the video how to download and install the Java software. The link of the video will be posted in the description. Please kindly install Java before installing the IntelliJ software. Open Google and type free downloads of IntelliJ. Open the first link with the name www.jetbrains.com. You'll be having two download options, one with Ultimate and one with the community. Ultimate is a commercial version. If you download it, you can use it only for 30 days. It's a 30-day trial version, whereas community, it's an open source and it can be used for developing the basic Java application, and also it can be used for developing Android applications. So download the community version. Click on download. Automatically the download will continue. As I have downloaded, I have already downloaded the software, so I'm not downloading it right now, but please you download the community version. Do not download the ultimate version. So this is the executable file of IntelliJ. Double click it. Click on next. Once you click on next, it will show you the location where the IntelliJ has been installing. If you want to change the location, you can also change the destination of the installation, but continue with the same location. Here, click on check the box called .java and also check add launcher directory to the path. That means the path of this installation will be added to your path variable. Then click on next. Do not forget to select .java. Click on next and then click on install. It takes 1 or 2 minutes of time to install, depending upon the speed of your processor. Once the installation is completed, it will ask you for reboot. It has to be rebooted, but now I'm not rebooting it. I am choosing the option I want to manually reboot later, but make sure you click reboot now and then click finish. This is the IntelliJ IDE which we have installed now. So just double click it. You'll get this option if you have already installed IntelliJ IDE and you have uninstalled it and you're reinstalling it. So you'll get this if you are reinstalling the IntelliJ IDE. So as I've already installed, and in order to show you, I have uninstalled it and I'm reinstalling it. So that is the reason I'm getting this option. But usually if you're installing for the first time, you'll not get this option. I'm selecting do not import any settings. That means I don't want any of my previous settings to be imported into my new installation. In this, you'll find projects, customize, plugins. Projects and plugins are some of the important buttons which we need to understand. If you click on projects, you'll find new project, open. And in open, if you can open any of the previous projects, new project is for creating a new project. Now I want to start a new project, so I'm selecting new. Here you can see the different kinds of applications that can be developed using IntelliJ IDE. Java applications can be developed. Next, Android applications can be developed, and Maven is another library which we can use it. So now I don't want to go with any of these options. So I just wanted to develop the basic Java application. So I'm selected Java application. If you can see here, project SDK, the version on which the present application is being run on 16, JDK 16 version. As Java 16 is already installed on my machine, that is the reason it has automatically chosen this version for executing the projects that have been developed or executed by IntelliJ. I'm not changing anything. I'm not using any of the buttons here. I'm just clicking next. It's empty. I'm not even selecting any of the checkboxes there. I'm just clicking on next. Name of the project. So the name of the project that I'm giving is first application app. Then I'm clicking on finish. So the workspace has been created. You can see the tips. If you are using it for the first time, these tips will be very much useful for you. So please do not close it. Go through all the tips. If you just keep on clicking next step, it will give you some of the hints. So these hints will be very much useful for you if you are using IntelliJ for the first time. I'm clicking on close. So this is my first project that we have created, first app. In this, you'll find an folder called source. All .java files or all the .class files will be present in this source. So if you want to create a new Java file, click on the source folder and right click it. Right click on the source folder and click on the new button. When you click on the new button, you'll find all different kinds of options. If you want to create an HTML file, you can create an HTML file. If you want to create an Android application, you can create an Android application with it. If you want to create a Java class, you can create a Java class with it. So now I want to create a Java class. So I'm just creating the Java class. So when I click on class, is asking again different kinds of options for me. Do I want to create a class, or do I want to create an interface? Do I want to create an enum, or do I want to create a record? So now I wanted to create a class. That's the reason I'm creating the class. And in the name tab, I am writing my class name. So my class name is first Java. Assuming that my class name is first Java, I'm not using any .java. I'm just writing first Java and clicking on enter. You can see here a class is created with the name first Java extension. So when I'm giving my class name, I'm not using any .java extension. I'm just giving my class name. So here I'm writing the main method. So I did not type the complete main method. I just written main. I just wanted to show you again. So when you type main, it's giving you some hints of it. I'm just selecting it and pressing on enter. Then it will give you the complete syntax. It's not necessary for you to type the complete statement. So this is another advantage of using any of the IDEs. So system dot. So it's not necessary for me to type the complete statement. You can see println. So I'm just using, these are the different parameters that the println method is using. So it depends upon if you're using character or integer, long or float, it's up to you. So now I just wanted to print first application. So I have a class, I have the main method. Now this file is ready for compilation and execution. So I'm right clicking on my first Java class name, and there you have an option called run. I'm clicking on run. So you can see here the build has been completed, and you can see the output over here. This is the first application. This is my output. So if you do any mistake, like I did not enclose with an double quotes, we know that all the strings should be enclosed in double quotes. So I did not properly enclose it. So it's raising an error. All the errors are underlined with the red line. So you can rectify it. So if you just wanted to see the errors, and if I'm trying to run it, you can see the build option, compilation with errors, Java unclosed string literal at line number 5. If you can see here, unclosed string literal 5 is the line number. First Java.java is my class name. So I'm enclosing it. Any of the IDs will be very much easy and comfortable for the programmers to use. So it will reduce the efforts of typing and the compiling the code. This is how we execute Java applications using IntelliJ.